There was a rare political consensus in this country last Thursday when India announced that it had conducted surgical strikes across the line of control. That consensus lasted less than a week. Last night, Rahul Gandhi accused the Prime Minister of indulging in khoon ki dalali, or trading over the blood of our martyrs. It was a pathetic, petty, lowbrow political point. The BJP could have chosen to ignore it, not given it their time, simply said it's not worth it, therefore we're not going to comment. Instead, today, there were not one, not two, not three, but 4 press conferences. That's right, 4 press conferences. The first one by no less than Amit Shah. He's of course not big on doing press conferences, so when he does press conferences, you know that it's a big deal. Then there was a counter by Kapil Sibal, then a counter by Ravi Shankar Prasad, and then a final counter by Randeep Singh Surjewala. God knows, ladies and gentlemen, while our Jawans are fighting right now, defending our borders, protecting you and me, our politicians are simply bickering in the name of the forge. Is it time to end this politics? India at 9 begins right now.
राहुल गांधी ने जब जवानों के खून की दलाली का शब्द प्रयोग किया, तब उन्होंने सभी सीमाओं को लांघ दिया है।
वो आज हमें बताएंगे कि राहुल गांधी के मूल में खोट है।
A day after Rahul Gandhi's khoon ki dalali jibe at the Prime Minister, the Congress and BJP war of words escalates to a crescendo. 4 press conferences in 6 hours, politicians trading charges over who is really politicizing these surgical strikes. Full panel on the show tonight. Our guests include Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP, Jaiveer Shergill of the Congress, Raghav Chadda of the Aam Aadmi Party, Lieutenant General Shankar Prasad is former DG Infantry, and Major General Satbir Singh is Vice Chairman of the Indian Ex-Servicemen League. Well, that's our big focus here. Are the other headlines that we're tracking this Friday night here on India at 9. The centre opposes triple talaq in the Supreme Court. It says it is not an essential practice in Islam and is against gender justice and fundamental human rights. The Supreme Court tightens the noose on the BCCI. It bars the cricketing body from releasing funds to state associations unless they promise to clean up. Renowned perfumer Monica Gurde is found dead with hands and legs tied in her Goa home. The police suspect she was robbed, raped and murdered. And Hurricane Matthew, the most powerful Caribbean storm in a decade, ravages Haiti, killing more than 400 people. The hurricane is expected to hit Florida next. Hundreds are evacuated. And Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos wins the 2016 Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts to end Colombia's long-running civil war. But up first, it's been just over a week since what was seen as India's most decisive surgical strike against Pakistan. And the mood among India's political class back then was nationalistic patriotism. It's gone from that to downright mudslinging and politics over grabbing credit for this army action. And all of this has happened in just a week. Let's not miss the backdrop in which all of this is happening, and that is the great big UP Assembly elections. So essentially, the surgical strikes have now degenerated into the political battlefield called Uttar Pradesh. The Congress and BJP are slugging it out. It was of course started off by Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party. Mayawati too is pitching in for a share of the pie. And voices, sane voices of national unity and fervour on an issue of national security, which should be above politics, seem completely drowned out.
जो हमारे जवान हैं जम्मू कश्मीर में जिन्होंने अपना खून दिया है, जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान के लिए सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक किया है, उनके खून के पीछे आप छुपे हुए हो, उनकी आप दलाली कर रहे हो.
That asking for it call to political arms on Thursday evening came at the end of Rahul Gandhi's UP Yatra, a pre-election month-long event, frustratingly for him completely overshadowed by the Uri attack. The morning after, Rahul tweets an attempted explainer that he attacked Modi, didn't insult the Jawans. But the fact is just that, politics over martyrdom of India's Jawans in the backdrop of election battlefield UP had taken off like never before.
क्या सेना के जवानों का खून कोई दलाली करने की बात है? इसका कोई मोल हो सकता है? इसका कोई मूल्य हो सकता है? राहुल गांधी जी का ये बयान कांग्रेस पार्टी की मानसिकता बताता है.
With other betas too all raising the politics over Jawans argument raging forward.
राहुल गांधी जी ने जो सेना के शहादत को, उनकी बहादुरी को खून की दलाली बोला है, ये मुझे लगता है ठीक नहीं है. इसकी कड़ी निंदा करते हैं हम.
Not that the issue wasn't brewing anyway in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh, with the BJP itself deep in the red on drawing illegitimate political mileage. Posters like these, Modi and the BJP looking to snatch credit, make political hay of the Jawans' patriotic duty and sacrifice. The Congress, though clearly on the defensive after Rahul's Khoon Ki Dalali vitriol, raised just this case.
Parikar started making statements, the Home Minister started making statements. So they were trying to make political capital out of something that we should be quiet about and stand with the armed forces.
With the BJP feeling the urgent need to give it back. 4 to and fro tit-for-tat Congress-BJP media briefings steeped in political slander said the war is clearly on.
जिस तरह का अगर राहुल गांधी की टिप्पणियां शर्मिंदगी थी, तो कांग्रेस के आज का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस शर्मिंदगी की पराकाष्ठा था.
A third big player in UP, Mayawati, throws her hat in the ring too. She's chosen to train her guns on Modi for now, on the posters on credit for the Jawans and the party's overspeak on Uri. All eyes on her pre-election rally in Lucknow on Sunday for more to come. Uri and the surgical strikes are definitely headed to that electoral combat zone. Bureau Report, CNN News 18.
And viewers, we'd like to invite you, have your say, and have your say emphatically, because some things in a country should be above politics, and national security is one of them. Army action is one of them. We're asking this question. You can take part in this Twitter poll. Who do you think is responsible for politicizing the surgical strikes? BJP, Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, or all of them? Already, we've got 1,000+ votes. We'll put the final results at the end of the show. On our Talking Point panel tonight, Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP, Jaiveer Shergill of the Congress, Raghav Chadda of the Aam Aadmi Party, Lieutenant General Shankar Prasad is former DG Infantry, and Major Jaiveer Singh is Vice Chairman of the Indian Ex-Service Movement. And I'm going to set the ground rules straight. Tonight I'm going to begin in respect and in deference to their long service in the Indian military. I'm going to start with our military guests tonight. Lieutenant General Prasad, you know, what are you feeling right now, given the intense politicization that we are seeing? I'm not saying one party is responsible, the other is not, but all parties seem to be politicizing what is going on. As a former serviceman, what do you feel right now?
Zakka, thank you very much for giving me the first chance to open the debate. And thereafter, I have very little to say once I've made my point. So do give me 2 minutes.
Sure.
Because today is a very serious matter.
Sure.
We are fighting a war against terrorism. We are fighting a war against Pakistan. Today has been the most disgusting day I've ever come across, ever since I've been alive in this country.
And why is that?
You know it very well. I normally don't read out points which I note. But today I am so disgusted that I have had to note down points for my political colleagues to listen to them. And do give me a chance to read the points that I've written out today. Because I don't want to say something loosely. I want to say something very deliberately which I've written out. Do give me an opportunity to read out what I've written.
Absolutely.
Firstly,
go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
Instead of generating a political war, instead of generating a political war within the country and dividing our own people and nation, well, all political parties must come together and divide Pakistan, create a situation that divides Pakistan military and civil population and the military and the democratically elected government. Some cracks are available. Can our political leadership, can our diplomacy, can our other means exploit this rather than divide the nation? Point number 2. As the PM said in Kerala and addressed the people of Pakistan, saying, this is the time to shame your army. You are victims of terrorism. So is India a victim of terrorism. Let the people of Pakistan stand against the government and the Pakistan army to say, we want to shame you because you're ruining our country. We are retarding economically. Look at India. Let's exploit that situation diplomatically. Point number 3. Let me tell without any reservations that not one political party but every single political party is responsible over the last 60 years to downgrade the status of the military. Can you imagine, Zakka? This is a country which are consistently downgrading the military. Do not let them participate in decision making at the highest level and evolving national strategy.
Yes.
As also, I'm pained to say today that this is the only country in the world where the armed forces have to beg the government for their pay and allowances.
Yeah.
There are people who sit at Jantar Mantar demanding OROP.
Agree with every word,
over the past many years
that Lieutenant General Shankar Prasad is saying tonight.
Government today, Zakka, where the 7th pay commission has been implemented for every other government servant
thank you for bringing up. Thank you for bringing up.
Only service where the serving people haven't got the
Thank you for bringing up. Thank you for bringing up OROP
because I requested you to let me read the points that I noted today.
Okay.
Please let me just finish.
Okay.
And the next point. Every successive government is responsible for retarding the modernization of the military, and which is why Pakistan shows us eyes today. Such a powerful country. If all these successive governments over the last many years of all political parties ruled India had modernized the army as it was required to be done, Pakistan would not have been showing the eyes to the army. And my last point, Zakka, thank you very much for giving me time. Please remember, and all my political colleagues must remember, that the armed forces alone do not fight a war. War is fought by the armed forces, certainly, but it's a united effort of all agencies, all power of the government of India, which includes diplomacy, which includes political power, which includes economic power, which includes a host of other activities such as water tactics and whatever else. Please remember, if one of these components fall out, and if you defame your army, then who is going to benefit? It is the Pakistan army who's laughing today. Here is a country which is defaming its army, which is capable of producing excellent results like surgical strike, which very few people in the government in the world can do.
I think he's made some emphatic points.
That I've made today
yes,
wake up each one of us. May I request you to now ask the political leadership to respond to these points.
Fair enough. I thank you very much, Lieutenant General Lieutenant General Shankar Prasad, for putting those opening comments, and you've really hit the nail on the head. I think you are echoing what every right-thinking, apolitical citizen in this country is feeling. And thank you for bringing up OROP, as I bring in Major General Satbir Singh, who's been fighting for OROP. And somebody said this on Twitter as well, Major General. If our politicians dedicated a fraction of the time that they are dedicating 4 press conferences today for politicking over an army operation, if a fraction of that time was dedicated to OROP, you wouldn't have to come to Jantar Mantar and sit and fight for equal pay. What do you feel, sir? What do you feel as a former serviceman at this politicking that is going on?
Zakka, let me just first tell you all that I totally agree with my elder colleague, but in addition to that, I would like to hit the bull straight, and that is politicizing the military. It is a sad day for the nation that the people in the politics have started questioning the military operations. I think this is a sad day for the nation. An officer of the rank of Lieutenant General at DGMO, having given to the nation what has been done.
Yes.
Period thereafter. If there has been any question, it is sad day for the nation. Army, Navy and Air Force they do not belong to any party. They belong to the nation, and they belong to the government of the day, and the government of the day orders, and they carry out their missions and operations. I would like to say anything said against this by all the political people, three of them, it is a sad day, and they must stop it.
Okay.
I would like to say that in case they would like to continue, they will be degrading the national security. Coming to the point of the OROP, well, this was a sanctioned scheme, but not executed on ground in the letter and spirit as it was promised and assured. I would like to beseech the conscience of the nation that please stop playing politics with the defense forces. Let them do the work which they want to do. I have a lot of faith in our Prime Minister. I would like to tell everyone, all the political parties, to close ranks. No, let me speak for a half a minute more. Zakka,
please,
half a minute more only.
Okay, quickly, sir.
I would like to request that all political parties, they should close ranks as far as the defense forces are concerned, as far as the military is concerned, as far as our operations are concerned. Give the enemy a bloody nose. But if you want to become a laughing stock in Pakistan, it's a sad day for the nation. Will you all political parties stop it?
Okay,
They must stop it.
You've said
Only
it.
then
You've said
we
it
solve
emphatically.
it honorably.
It's time to end this politics, and I'm going to start again. I'm going to start with Jaiveer Shergill, because the real low point was what your vice president, your party vice president, said. Jaiveer, I mean, what does Rahul Gandhi even mean by "khoon ki dalali"? It was, first of all, it was bad phraseology. He shouldn't have used those words. And secondly, you have Twitter clarifications. You have two Congress senior leaders countering that in a press conference today. There was no need for him to say any of this. This was just downright a low-brow political point, and he should apologize.
Zakka, firstly, I don't agree with you on a limited point that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the lowest point was hit by him. And I'll give my reason. Firstly, I think the lowest point was when BJP turned the brave operation of surgical strike into a political marketing tool and indulge in self-promotion and self-glorification. Point one. Second, Mr. Rahul Gandhi's comments are fully justified considering the track record of BJP and their present conduct of self-glorification, and I have evidence in front of you. And today, Mr. Amit Shah has done a self-goal by himself admitting that he will take the surgical strike to the people and for the polls. Mr. Amit Shah admits that he is going to use this surgical strike for his political gains and electoral benefits. Now, Zakka, as a lawyer and as to your citizens, I must point out one fact which will support my argument. 4th December 2013, subsequent to a pamphlet issued by Bharatiya Janata Party, if it's visible on your channel, here is General Vikram Singh. He's saluting our Shaheed, the brave soldiers. It says, vote for BJP. Election Commission issues a notice, a directive, that no political party in this country will use the image of the army of any billboard or any operation. The Bharatiya Janata Party goes overboard even today, violating Election Commission code, saying by glorifying their leaders and felicitating their leaders and turning a complete blind eye to our soldiers.
Those posters have come out in the aftermath of the surgical strikes also, Sudhanshu Trivedi. Those posters have come up in the aftermath of the surgical strikes as well. Today, Amit Shah was asked a question about it. He says, we can't control thousands of karyakartas. If a district secretary or a small level party worker does it, there's nothing we can do about it. Wait, let him respond. We have more time. We can show those posters. Actually, why should there be, Sudhanshu Trivedi, why should there be posters of an army operation?
Actually, the problem is that any military operation and the sacrifice of the soldiers should not be politicized at all. I would like to ask, who started the politicization of this issue? Has any statement came from any of our senior leaders? No. Before surgical strike, both the representative of the political parties, you can ask, from whom they were asking the question, from the army or they were asking the question from the government. Both of them were using the phrase, "Kahan gaya 56 inch ka seena?" Now the army has given a press conference and no statement from BJP and top leader. is still the leader of both the parties, the top leaders, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, has given a statement. So who is politicizing issue? Second thing, I am saying that sacrifice of the soldier should not be politicized. If on this instance these parties are having some problem, I could have understood. But this is their typical characteristic. I would like to ask, when the parliament was attacked, the families of the soldiers have returned the medals, but still you were taking the side of Afzal Guru. In the Patala House encounter, the martyrdom of Mohan Chand Sharma, your leader of the party, your chief of the party was having tears in her eyes. 26/11, Shahid Hemant Karkare's sacrifice was mocked by Digvijay Singh. Your government was saying that it is a Hafiz Saeed work, and Digvijay Singh was inaugurating a book that 26/11 is the RSS conspiracy. So, this is a typical characteristic tendency of these parties, always putting question on the sacrifice.
No, one second. Can I ask a simple question? You're still not answering my question. Before I go to Raghav Chadha. Before I go to Raghav Chadha. Sudhanshu Trivedi, who put up the poster? Simple question. Who put up the poster?
I am also answering the question. In poster, if somebody, some local level worker of some party, it is Shiv Sena, it is not BJP, still, if somebody has put a poster and depicting himself in a god position, you are having some problem, then I would like to say 1971 war. When Srimati Indira Gandhi was fighting, ask Mr. Jaiveer, Shergill, they themselves say that Atal Bihari Vajpayee himself has called her Durga.
No, that reflects a certain political consensus that used to exist in this country. That, Sudhanshu Trivedi, reflects a certain political consensus that used to exist in this country, where a premier opposition leader of that time could call the Prime Minister Ma Durga. Could call the Prime Minister Ma Durga. Where is that consensus in the day and age that we live in? It lasted 1 week. It lasted all of 1 week.
Let me complete 2 more sentences. I will give the answer.
No.
The problem is, at that time, we were in opposition. 71. 84 Operation Blue Star. The government officially said that no damage was done to a car.
Zakka, is that the topic under discussion?
We never escaped any question. In 1995, there was a resolution against India in Geneva on the issue of Kashmir. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, as leader of the opposition, Narasimha Rao government went and supported. But unfortunately, the Congress, which ruled for this country for 56 years, is not being able to live as a mature opposition party. This is the problem.
Let me get Raghav Chadha in. Raghav Chadha, both the Congress and the BJP are saying all of this bickering, this political wedge was started off with that video that your party chief, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, put out. You are now saying he didn't ask for evidence, but at least he put out a video saying do something to counter Pakistani propaganda. So all of this bickering has actually begun from there.
Well, Zakka, a few quick points. I've heard each of the panelists very carefully, and my responses are as follows. Point number 1, Delhi Legislative Assembly is the first and the only legislative assembly in India to pass a resolution congratulating the Indian Army and saluting the political will of the government of the day in carrying out successful surgical strikes. Even in the video that Shri Arvind Kejriwal issued, he has saluted the Prime Minister and congratulated the Indian Army. Now, the nature of politics is such that, and the animosity and the hatred that the BJP has towards the Aam Aadmi Party and towards Arvind Kejriwal is such that even our encouragement or our support to the government of the day is construed as our opposition. Now, be that as it may, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress both are politicizing the Indian armed forces and both are milking the surgical strikes in their own way. The BJP has put up posters in poll-bound regions. There are attacks, cross-border firing happening on a daily basis, but the Raksha Mantri of the government of India is busy receiving grandiose welcomes and making political speeches in poll-bound states like Uttar Pradesh. They have put up posters asking for votes that just because BJP has conducted surgical strikes, people should vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And they have also gone on record to say that for the past 70 years, the ability and the
discussion.
Let me just complete.
I'm sorry.
And they have
again,
also gone on record to say,
Zakka, that is not the discussion, please.
The point is, Zakka, I want to go back to Lieutenant General Prasad and to Major General Sabir Singh.
Can I have my say?
But
please have my say, Zakka. In all fairness, let me just complete my point,
I asked
please.
you a question. You're not answering my question.
Just bear with me for half a minute.
Okay, I'll bear with you for half a minute. Okay.
I
okay,
will.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Bear with me for half a minute.
Half a minute. Yes, I'm listening.
Please.
Go on.
Yes. So I have given my explanation that as far as the video message is concerned and as far as your accusation that we have started some sort of a political discourse on this is entirely unfounded, because the video that we had issued and the resolutions passed by the Delhi Legislative Assembly are in effect congratulating the Indian Armed Forces and requesting and making an appeal to the government of the day
that's
to
a wrong
counter
thing.
the smear campaign that the Pakistanis have unleashed against us at the international arena. Now the point number 2 that I would like to make, and let me just complete, is that
Kejriwal, Pakistan is trending in Pakistan on Twitter, Zakka.
Of our soldiers,
Kejriwal with Pakistan in
Wait, one second, one at a time, please. One at a time, please. One at a time, please. One at a time. Raghav is being economical with the truth because he's only referring to the first half of Arvind Kejriwal's video. The second half says, Modi ji, Pakistan is doing this, Pakistan is doing that. Let's counter that.
I've said
put something out there to counteract that negative propaganda. Is that right, Major General Satbir Singh? Is that right?
Zakka, I am saying this again on your channel. I am saying this again on your channel, that the Pakistanis have this tendency of unleashing this smear campaign against the Indian Armed Forces.
Okay, Major General Satbir Singh.
It is important to counter
Major
this
General,
smear campaign.
Was there any need to have stuff put out there to counter Pakistani propaganda? Should we even bother?
The Congress
Why
party
should we even
is
bother?
justifying the foolishness of Rahul Gandhi.
Major General.
Will Mr. Chadha keep quiet?
Major General.
I would like to say, yes please, I would like to say, Mr. Chadha, that's not correct. Don't mislead the nation, please. It was clearly asked in that video that certain evidence must be given about the so-called strikes which went through. Once the DGMO has given out
incorrect.
saying
Sir,
something...
I humbly beg to differ.
No.
Please play out the video,
please
Zakka.
see the video again. Please play the video.
I beg to differ, sir.
No.
Sir, I beg to differ.
I've seen the video. I've seen the video, Raghav. Our viewers have seen the video.
Please
One half of it, yes, he praises Mr. Modi, praises the Indian Army. He says, I salute them. But the second half, he's asking for proof.
Put out some evidence.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me get Lieutenant General Prasad. Lieutenant Prasad, you know, the tragedy is... One second. Raghav, 1 second. Lieutenant General Prasad, the tragedy is... The tragedy is that in our country, as far as I can remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, your defense budget has only been shrinking. Major General Satbir Singh and the rest of the veterans have been fighting for OROP. Our artillery is at, I don't know, 20 years old, maybe 25 years old. We took a 10-year process to get new fighter aircraft.
36 years old.
Yeah, 36 years old. 36 years old. I mean, it is in this country where our defense...
I got your question.
Yeah. I mean, that is the tragedy.
Zakka, can I respond, please?
Yes.
Zakka,
I'm listening to you.
I was disgusted at the beginning of the show. I'm more disgusted now, halfway through the show. I made some different pertinent points before the show started with the others. Unfortunately, not one of my political colleagues on the panel have understood the points that I made, 5 of them. They're still doing what they were doing the whole day. It's so disgusting. Each one of them must be absolutely shamed today. All of them. Zakka, we are fighting a war. The war is not ended. It is phase 1, not even phase 1, it's the beginning. We've only had one surgical strike. The war on terrorism has to go on till terrorism ends. Can these 3 people understand that? Can they understand that if we are not able to eradicate terrorism through the means that we are adopting, we will have to confront the Pakistan army, which is behind all these terrorist activities. Forget about the modernization. I know I made that point in the beginning.
Yeah.
There is no modernization. The defense budget, which is required to be over 3% of the GDP, today rests at 1.7% of the GDP.
Yes.
Which country has a defense budget like this? Which country has the manner in which you deal with the armed forces? I am not even talking about those things today. I am not particularly laboring on OROP or 7th Pay Commission, which the government is denying to us consistently. What I am talking about today, Zakka, is far more important for the nation. We are fighting terrorism, and we are victims of terrorism for the last 20 years because of inaction of varieties of government and various governments at the mirror. And all these political parties were only trying to gain political mileage.
No.
Today, can I request each one of them to leave their politics behind and get ready to fight a war against terrorism and get the all. Do you know terrorism is not fought by the military alone? Don't politicize the army. Don't politicize the diplomacy.
I want to go back to the
Don't
political
politicize the
guest
water
because,
treaty.
you know,
Don't
we need
politicize
to
the
we need to
political
put we need
strength
to
of this
put
country.
no we need
Where
to
are
put
we
this
going?
in context. We need to draw certain bottom lines. You know, Jaiveer, after 9/11 happened, there was unanimity in the American political class. George Bush, a Republican president who, by the way, had come off a very contentiously fought election, there was consensus behind his decision to invade Afghanistan and Iraq. Of course, history has a different tale to tell. When the Falklands War happened, there was consensus in the British political system. Michael Foot was the Labour leader. Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister. The entire political class rallied behind Margaret Thatcher. It didn't matter she was a Conservative Prime Minister. It didn't matter that the Labour was in opposition. Why cannot we have, and we've had political consensus, I just referred to 1971. There was similar consensus in 65 as well, when Lal Bahadur Shastri was Prime Minister. Why can't we have that same consensus today? That is all my limited point is. Jaiveer Shergill.
Zakka, you're absolutely right, and you give example of 65, 71, and even 99. Srimati Sonia Gandhi walked across the aisle to Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee and expressed her solidarity with him. You're absolutely right. Now the point is, we had consensus. We have consensus. The Congress as a party has expressed much more political maturity than BJP did in the entire 30 or 40 years. Now you talked about no. Sir, I didn't interrupt anybody. Please show me the courtesy.
Yeah,
now you talked about Mr. Rahul Gandhi's comments after 26/11. Zakka, sir, I did not interrupt you. Please, I respect you for your age. Please don't interrupt me. I respect you for your age. After 26/11, Zakka, these were the pamphlets distributed by the BJP. There's the blood of the soldier. It says weak government, vote for BJP. The blood of a soldier was reduced to election pamphlet. The Prime Minister did now Prime Minister did a press conference on the site of 26/11 mocking the Prime Minister, Shri Manmohan Singh. And today what did we do? Our President, Vice President saluted the Prime Minister. What we are pained is our soldiers being reduced to a political
why did that consensus, Jaiveer? Why did that last? Why did that last just 1 week? Why couldn't we have that political consensus last for more than 1 week? On the 30th of September, Rahul Gandhi says, I commend the Prime Minister. On the 6th of October, he calls that same Prime Minister doing khoon ki dalali. Why? 6 days. That's all Rahul Gandhi can spare for this country.
So this is what should we be
in 1 week BJP's narrative in 1 week, sir, please calm down. I respect you. Please calm down. I respect your age. In 1 week, BJP's narrative from national security changed to BJP promotion in election.
Please don't say like that all the time.
That is why we
Sudhanshu Trivedi, you know this better than me. The whole country knows in the aftermath of the surgical strike, the Prime Minister had explicit instructions to all BJP members, no chest thumping, no warmongering, no celebrations, let the army talk, only the army will talk. And hence the DGMO was the face of India that day, announcing to the world what the Indian army had done. From there, why are we now seeing posters? Why are we now saying, Defense Minister is saying that Pakistan is in coma, Indian army is like Hanuman. Yesterday, he was in Agra at a felicitation ceremony, but everybody knows UP is going to polls in 3 months.
I made them realize their prowess.
No, but my point is, you're going against what the Prime Minister has asked, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Zakka, humbly I would like to ask, prior to this statement of Rahul Gandhi, you quote a single statement of any senior BJP leader. Why you were witnessing that BJP has changed any discourse? We have categorically maintained the thing which the Prime Minister had said, that only and only military should speak, and no senior leader of the BJP has spoken a word. The words came from their side. But still, you know why this thing has changed in the Congress? Because Congress has transcended from a mature and tough leadership like Srimati Indira Gandhi to the childish leadership like Sri Rahul Gandhi. This is the problem of the Congress party. That's why they are unable to contain on each and every issue, whether this issue or any other issue.
Wrong. The discussion is
in my
going
opinion,
wrong. We have again started discussion on this issue.
And you invited GIT to Pathankot, people who spilled the blood of our soldiers.
Wait. Let Sudhanshu Trivedi. One second, please. Let Sudhanshu Trivedi finish his point.
I just want to say one thing.
No, I'll come to you, Major General. I'll come to you in a moment, Major General. Sudhanshu Trivedi, finish your point, please. Finish your point.
A BJP leader has questioned the integrity of any of the security forces. You got a single instance. I can quote n number of instances of opposition
gave a
parties,
character certificate to
whether in a
ISI in
power or in
Pathankot.
opposition. We never
What
put any
bigger
question.
insult can be done to army than that?
Okay.
Mr. Sudhanshu
Now
Trivedi?
let me go back. Let me go back to Major General Satbir Singh.
Mr.
Major General, only Major General. Please, can we put him on a single frame, please? I'm requesting my producer to put only Major General.
Zakka.
Yeah, I mean.
Zakka,
Yeah,
Zakka,
go ahead.
Zakka, I would like to submit to the panelists, political panelists, that discussion today is entirely different. Is there a case that once the DGMO has said something, should the political people would have entered into discussion? That's the point. I would say as an army man, no one should have done it. We are again justifying 71. We are justifying something which has happened earlier. Our request is, please leave the defense forces separate. Please do not start discussing operations, not asking for proofs. This will totally kill your national security. Let the forces work. There are security agencies. There are actionable intelligence. There are intelligence agencies. Let it be coordinated to fight Pakistan, which is bleeding you to the 1,000 cuts every day.
Yeah.
We got to fight terrorism. It has to be done together. You are again justifying. Today was not the discussion what the three political people have discussed.
I want to say this. Pakistan will be looking at this and saying, oh, we don't need a death by 1,000 cuts. There's already political bickering happening in India. That's more than good enough. Raghav Chadha wanted to come in. Raghav Chadha.
Zakka, a couple of quick points. As somebody whose relatives have served in the Indian Armed Forces, today I am extremely saddened that this absence of political consensus and this continuous political bickering, it has an adverse impact on the morale of the Indian Armed Forces. Now, for the morale of the Indian Armed Forces, the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, Shri Arvind Kejriwal, and I, in the capacity of a spokesperson, as somebody whose relatives have served in the Indian Armed Forces, make an appeal to all political leaders to stand united, to do away with their political differences. We will have ample opportunities to do politics before Uttar Pradesh, before Punjab, before Goa, and before other states go to polls.
So can I ask you one blunt question? Raghav, can I ask you one blunt question? One blunt question. You will not make another political point. The Aam Aadmi Party will not make one political point on the surgical strike between now and the Punjab elections. And Punjab is an important state. You know that you're a player in that state, and it's also important because a lot of people from Punjab have their sons in the army and in the defense forces. Raghav Chadha is saying that the Aam Aadmi Party will not bring up the surgical strikes in the campaign for Punjab.
Zakka, in the aftermath,
Zakka, I want to say...
No, let him finish.
Zakka, in the aftermath of the Dastardly Uri attacks,
yes.
The message. May I please, sir?
Yes.
In the aftermath of the Dastardly Uri attacks, when these successful surgical strikes were carried out, Aam Aadmi Party's national convener has spoken thrice. Once in the Delhi Assembly, twice when he issued that video message, and thrice this morning. In all three messages, he has said, I stand with the Indian Armed Forces, I stand with the government of the day.
I'm asking you a very simple question, Raghav. I'm asking you a simple question. Will Aam Aadmi Party not refer to the surgical strikes in your Punjab campaign? Simple. Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
I give you my word
Zakka,
that
I
Aam
want to
Aadmi
say
Party
one more point.
has never and will never politicize the Indian Armed Forces
or
the operations carried out by the Indian Armed Forces.
Can I get a similar assurance?
Can
I get a similar assurance, please?
Can
I get a similar assurance from the BJP and from the Congress? The BJP will not put out posters of the army. The Congress will not indulge in petty lowbrow political point scoring like Khoon ki dalali. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Zakka, I want to say one more.
Yes, I will come back to you, Major General. I will come back to you, but Sudhanshu Trivedi, please. Sudhanshu Trivedi, please. Yes. No, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
What is their condition?
No, Sudhanshu Trivedi. Yes.
Finally, I want to say that we should shed all our political differences, because nobody is going to be benefited by this. Only and only Pakistan is going to be benefited by this.
No, so will you give me an assurance?
As the proof or some...
No, will you give an assurance BJP is not going to talk anything in the election campaign in UP or Punjab or other states that are coming up, anything about the surgical strikes? No more posters, no more taking credit.
Our President Shri Amit Shah has made it very clear. There was no reaction from any top leader of the BJP. All common men of the country were having some joys. And so were the BJP workers. It was not any official statement from BJP. Prime Minister has made very clear there should be no political statement on surgical strike. और जो सबूत मांगते हैं ज़क्का, उनके लिए मैं एक बात कहना चाहूँगा, सिर्फ एक लाइन में, कि जनाजे लौट के आते तो उनको सबूत मिल जाता, सलामत आ गए जाबाद, ये बदकिस्मती हमारी थी. इसलिए मैं मानता हूँ कि फौज की शहादत और इसके ऊपर हम में से कोई दूसरी बात न करे, क्योंकि इससे सिर्फ और सिर्फ पाकिस्तान को फायदा होता है. As are a crisis, entire country should stand firm with the armed forces.
Can Jaiveer make that similar? Can Jaiveer make a similar assurance that Rahul Gandhi will not indulge in this lowbrow political point scoring over the surgical strike, over our defense forces, over what he called Khoon ki dalali?
Zakka, you had asked a pertinent question, and your tweet in the afternoon answers that. Mr. Amit Shah has already decided to break the code of non-politicization of military operations by saying, I will take this surgical strike to the people and to the polls. Mr.
But that's because Rahul Gandhi used this utter foul language.
Armed forces to become
that's because Rahul Gandhi used this utter foul language.
In the hands of Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has spoken on record and facts, and if Bharatiya Janata Party continues to politicize our soldiers' sacrifice, he will keep Bharatiya Janata Party in check and hold them accountable for turning our brave soldiers into political pawns for self-promotion. Let them remove the posters, let them give a commitment, I will give the commitment right now.
I got an assurance from both Aam Aadmi Party and BJP. Whether or not they keep the word, a TV show is not going to decide these things.
BJP did not.
But it's a real shame.
Zakka, BJP did not.
It's a real shame. I'll give the closing comment. I'll give the closing comment to both the Major General and to the Lieutenant General. First Major General Satbir Singh, please. Okay. No more politics, please. No more politics. Final comment to Major General Satbir Singh and Lieutenant General Prasad. Major General Satbir Singh. Sankshet mein, please.
Okay. I just want to say that we have not talked about those 18 widows of Uri. Has anybody looked at them? Are we seeing through that their families and their children? Are we looking at them? No. We have got into this politics. Has any political party gone to these widows' home? Have they looked at that? Have we seen through this? No. And that is what is the feeling in this country.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi went to the martyr Bablu Singh in Mathura, sir. Mr. Rahul Gandhi went. On record it should come.
Okay.
On record it should come. Bablu Singh.
Okay. Point taken. Major General, please complete your point. Please complete your point.
I only wish to say.
I'm coming to General Prasad.
Let's not politicize. Let us all say, and whatever they have said, they should commit to this, and they should thereafter follow this.
Okay.
They should not be politicized in the military.
General Prasad, final comment.
Zakka, I want to congratulate you, and really from the bottom of my heart, for bringing this debate to a conclusion by getting from all of these political spokespersons that they will not speak about this rubbish from tomorrow morning. I sincerely hope that these spokespersons will be able to impress upon their party leaders not to talk about this politics anymore from tomorrow morning first light. Let us all unite and fight the enemy. I don't care about what you give and what you don't give. But what we need to do is to defeat Pakistan, terrorism and Pakistan military. Thank you very much, Zakka, for getting out of these three people that from tomorrow morning they're not going to talk about politics. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for taking part in this debate and reflecting, in a sense, what I think every right-thinking citizen in this country is thinking, that we were proud that after the surgical strikes took place, we were no longer a country that was just taking body blow after body blow. We were able to give it back, and we did. And it was a military operation. It was a professional operation. It should have been left at that. I think I hate to use phrases like mood of the nation or voice of the nation, but I think every right-thinking citizen in the country today feels pain that there's been needless politicization of that surgical strike. And I hope that our political parties, based on the assurance that's been made by their spokespeople, they are able to impress upon their political leaders. Let's refrain from using these surgical strikes. Thank you very much. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Jaiveer Shergill, Raghav Chadda, Lieutenant General Shankar Prasad, Major General Satbeer Singh for joining us on this conversation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And as we wrap up, and again, this is food for thought for our political netas, for our political parties. We asked you a Twitter poll. Who do you think is responsible for politicizing the surgical strikes? The results are in. The BJP, 19%. The Congress Party, 26%. The Aam Aadmi Party, 39%. And all of them, 16%. We've got a total of a little over 2,500 votes. I hope that there's some serious reflection and introspection by our political netas on the results of that poll. Quick break. We're back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to India at 9. The Centre has opposed the practice of triple talaq, telling the Supreme Court today that it's not an essential part of Islam, and triple talaq allows Muslim men to divorce their wives by simply saying the word talaq 3 times. The All India Muslim Women's Personal Law Board has demanded a ban on triple talaq, calling it arbitrary. CNN News 18 has accessed the government's reply to the Supreme Court, putting forth its argument against the practice.
शारा जी, आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने, सरकार ने ये कहा है, एक एफिडेविट फाइल करते हुए, ट्रिपल तलाक के खिलाफ है सरकार। ये एफिडेविट में उन्होंने कहा है आपके मामले में सुप्रीम कोर्ट में ये एक बहुत बड़ा सपोर्ट आपके पिटीशन के पक्ष में किया गया है। आपकी प्रतिक्रिया उस पर चाहते हैं?
हम तो चाहते थे कि सरकार मतलब रहे हमारे ही पक्ष में, और मतलब उम्मीद भी थी हमको कि हमारे ही पक्ष में आएगी, और हम बहुत खुश हैं इस बात से।
जो कुछ मौलवी हैं उन्होंने इसका अपोज किया है कि ये कोर्ट्स के दायरे में नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि ये एक पर्सनल लॉ का मामला है। उन लोगों को आप क्या कहेंगे आज?
उन लोगों से ये है, उन लोगों को भी समझना चाहिए कि मतलब कितनी महिलाएं, जो मुस्लिम महिलाएं हैं, कितना झेल रही हैं, और ये मतलब कानून बदलना ही चाहिए।
That is a big step forward in the fight for gender justice and in the right to pray. That's India at 9, this Friday edition. From me, Zakka, Jacob, and the rest of the team, thanks for your time. In case you've missed out on our debate, you can go to our website, news18.com. Bye-bye, good night, enjoy your weekend.